Welcome back to 504 Road Trips. In today's video, we leave the Keys behind and continue north on US Highway 1. For much of this stretch, there is just one lane in each direction with a concrete divider in the middle. Construction crews have narrowed the roadway in spots and shifted traffic onto the shoulder, yet there is no active work visible and congestion creeps along anyway. It's a slow crawl today, but we'll clear it soon enough. A few miles up the road, we cross into Miami-Dade County, which had a population of 2,701,767 at the 2020 census. This is the official end of the Overseas Highway and the beginning of the South Dixie Highway. The name recalls the early 20th century Dixie Highway auto trail that connected the Midwest to South Florida, with branches converging in Miami. The original trail never continued down to the Keys, but the highway carries the name in Miami-Dade County for consistency, as we will eventually see the old trail. For travelers, Miami-Dade is a major destination with marquee events like Art Deco Weekend on Ocean Drive, Calle Ocho in Little Havana, and the Miami International Boat Show, drawing visitors each winter. North of the county line, US-1 stays a divided two-lane for roughly the first 14 miles through wetlands that border Everglades National Park to the west and Biscayne Bay to the east. Services are non-existent, the scenery is wild, and civilization sits ahead on the horizon. Since we didn't have a narrated video of the southbound drive along this stretch, I didn't get to talk about my first impressions when we first headed down to Key West 6 months before this video was filmed. Being from Louisiana, I had always imagined the drive down to Key West to be similar to the drive down to Grand Isle, a barrier island off the coast of Louisiana. When I was much younger, that drive involved a 30-mile stretch of 2-lane highway with water and wilderness on either side of the road and no services whatsoever. Then once you got to Grand Isle, there were 2 small locally owned grocery stores and several independent gas stations and restaurants, but none of the familiar big-name services. So when we started making our way south along this part of the highway, I thought it would be a similar experience, except I knew we had over 100 miles to go to get to Key West. I imagined that the fences on either side of the road was to keep hordes of alligators and other wildlife from blocking the road and eating travelers alive. And that may very well be what the fences are there for. We are right on the edge of the Everglades. So I was really surprised when we got to Key Largo, and one of the first things I saw was a Circular K gas station, and soon after that a Winn-Dixie supermarket. So as we found out, the drive can be long and slow if you're going all the way to Key West. You'll probably never get much over 40 miles an hour. But if you get too restless being in the car, you can stop at a Burger King or walk around to Publix for a little while, or better yet, hit up one of the seemingly hundreds of locally owned restaurants and shops that you'll see along the way. We reach the junction with Card Sound Road, pass its northern end, and immediately enter Florida City. Back on solid ground, the scenery shifts from wetlands to the first blocks of town. Florida City had a population of 13,085 at the 2020 census. We conclude today at mile 127 on US-1 in Florida City. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, post a comment below, subscribe, share and follow us on social media, and join us for our next 504 road trip.